Good evening, everybody present here. I would like to welcome you on this press conference on the post-budget interaction. I would like to heartily welcome the Honorable Union Minister for Finance and Corporate Affairs, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman Madam, and Honorable MOS Shri Pankaj Chaudhary Sir. I would also like to welcome the Secretary Finance, Secretary Department of Economic Affairs, Secretary Revenue, and Secretary Financial Services in the Ministry of Finance, Government of India. I would like to now request the Honorable Minister to make her opening remarks.
Thank you and good evening. Post the tabling of the budget, in the last 4-5 years we made it a practice to have the entire ministry, ministers and the secretaries move around the country to various cities and there interact with the stakeholders, officers and also business, chambers of commerce, industry, self-help groups, women and so on, to understand what is it that they have perceived of the budget, and if they need any clarity they could have a exchange of ideas. The first time I did it in 2019, I found it very useful and fruitful because you were able to explain the budget much more in detail on a one-on-one kind of a environment. And sometimes some ideas are very useful that we can carry it forward as well. So in that process this year, after the budget was submitted, we had already covered Hyderabad, Bhubaneswar, Jaipur and Mumbai, and now we are here to Sikkim as a gateway of Northeast. So for the Northeast, in this year's budget outreach programs, we have come to Gangtok. The secretaries are here, and in between, of course, the ministry was very involved in carrying forward the first finance ministers and central bank governors meet of the G20, which ended only day before yesterday. So after that we are here straight. I don't need to again elaborate on the budget because all of you all have heard the budget being laid in the Lok Sabha, and after that also through the media, the various places where we've addressed the media gathering. Each time we went to each one of these places, Hyderabad, Bhubaneswar, Mumbai and so on. So I'll straight open the floor and leave it for you all to ask any questions in which the secretaries will freely join in to answer. Thank you.
We will now begin the question and answer round. The format will be as follows. You are requested to ask questions pertaining to the union budget or the policies and schemes of the Ministry of Finance or Corporate Affairs. You may ask your questions in Hindi or in English, and you're also requested that before you ask the question, you kindly introduce yourself, the name and the name of your organization. Thank you.
Madam, my name is Vishnu Dupani. I am a freelance journalist based in Gangtok. So, madam, my question is, since this time your budget has been increased by 110% for entire Northeast and development areas. So what would be the proportionate for the Sikkim in terms of the budget locatory and in terms of the development of the infrastructures related with the infrastructure related with the in terms of this connectivity up to the border area, international border areas?
So there are multiple provisions in the budget.